So I've been MIA for a bit. I ended up fracturing my jaw. It's still a little swollen and it's very tender. I still can't eat solid crunchies, but we're in here. I bought a book at the beginning of the year, a couple of books from a girl off Marketplace, just some random person, and then we started talking about books, and we just continued to talk about books. And she started watching these videos that I'm posting, and she's like, the best thing would be for your stack to just completely keep growing, and then it just covers up your screen completely. So this isn't exactly that, but it's pretty close to that. This is my second book haul, and I've really got to post these sooner. The only reason I'm posting it now is because I haven't done anything in a while, and my kitchen counter has gotten out of hand. And I'm like, okay, I gotta catalog these basically so that I can get them off my kitchen counter and kind of be done with it. They actually aren't in purchased order; they're in reverse purchased order ish. Not exactly, but okay. What is this? There's a hair. This is not my hair. Oh, this is from the book that I bought. Another book I bought on Marketplace. All right, so we're gonna start at the top here. I've got three books that I grabbed. So Memphis has several libraries. That's part of their Memphis Public Library system. And the Benjamin J. Hook Central Library has a bookstore built in. I think it's called Second Editions. Pretty sure it's called Second Editions. I have the receipt for it somewhere in one of these, but just a discount bookstore built in. I grabbed a Neil deGrasse Tyson novel. I've already got Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, which I need to read, but then I grabbed Starry Messenger as well. Excited to give that a read at some point. There is no Planet B, which is focused on environmental science and making sure we take care of the planet that we have. I took a college class last year on the world environment and sustainability, and it really, I already was having an existential crisis daily about the environment and how we are ruining it. And I think even the last year with AI has made it even more depressing. But yeah, it's going to be rough. A handbook for the make or break years. Yeah, we gotta fix this shit, man. And there's a large group of people that understand that, but there's an even larger group, unfortunately, that actively votes against that. So. Next is an absolutely remarkable thing. Hank Green. Had to grab the Hank Green book. I have another Green Brothers book later on that I bought right after I fractured my jaw, I think. I was in so much pain that day, but I really wanted to get out and do something, and I checked out another local secondhand bookstore. I just picked this up this morning. This is Project Hail Mary, just in time to read the movie. God, just in time to watch the movie. I want to get this read. I grabbed this off Marketplace from somebody for $5. Oh, and the three books the first three were $11 after tax total at that bookstore in the library. There I go saying and again. Damn. But this guy, $5. It stormed a lot last night, so this kind lady put it in a sealed baggie on her door, at her door. Next up, took a trip to Nashville 2 or 3 weeks ago and grabbed Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan at McKay's. McKay's is a giant, amazing warehouse. If you know what Hastings is, imagine Hastings if it were still around, but just amplified and more warehouse themed, where there's just rows of everything and tons of stuff. And I had so many books that I was looking for. The issue became, as I would find a book, I would go, let me check if Memphis Public Libraries has it. And they had almost every book that I wanted to buy. So in my head, I'm like, do I really need to buy them? You know, I mean, I think I mentioned in my last buying video, I'm trying to save money. So it's definitely good for me to not spend if I don't have to, right? Like, if it's a book I know I love, which we'll get to one of these here in a sec, I'm cool with buying it. But if I haven't read it yet, maybe it's good to read it, see if I like it, and then add it to the collection, unless it's super cheap. This was $3.50. And I have already read this, actually. I need to do a little review on this. I'm going to put that on this stack because I got to do that and then The Passion. That same trip to Nashville, I went to a place called Half Price Books, which I love browsing, and grabbed Absolution, which is the fourth book in the Southern Reach, not the Southern Reach trilogy. I guess it's the Southern Reach series now. Southern Reach series. Yeah, they changed it to series because this fourth one came out after the first three. Now, I'd only read Annihilation at that point when I bought this, but I knew I loved Annihilation, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab. This was $10. I had no complaints grabbing a hardcover version of this. I knew I was going to read 2, 3, and 4, and maybe even if I didn't love them, I wanted to have that. It was cool with having that series. So $10 for that. I snatched it. Wait a second. I don't have. Oh man. Okay, yeah. I'll grab that. Then I have a video. Man, I don't even think I posted it. I finished 11/22/63. I've got a lot of catching up to do. Call me America's favorite condiment because I need to catch up. 11/22/63. I just need to like post my review of this and listen to me talk about it again because man, this book. Oh man, it's not horror, so don't worry if you're worried about Stephen King being horror. I've never read a Stephen King book before, and now he's on my radar. Even if I may lean slightly like Misery. I think I want to read Misery, which I realized I think is the movie with Kathy Bates. Is it the movie with Kathy Bates? I think. Now I kind of want to read that book even more, right? And then Revival. I've heard Revival. I think there was somebody I watched on YouTube that said Revival was really cool, and I looked at it. And Billy Summers as well. I want to read that. So I'm not really into the horror stuff, but I wanted to own this book. I could not find a hardcover at any of my local bookstores. I couldn't find it during my trip to Nashville at those. I went to several stores. I also went to Parnassus Books, which was super cool in Nashville. Couldn't find a hardcover at any of those stores. So I did go and buy this on Amazon. Yeah. But we got it now for the shelf. Then in Collierville, which is like a suburb of Memphis, there's a local bookstore. It's a Goodwill bookstore. And I spent a total of $16 with a foundation donation roundup to the Goodwill Foundation, I believe. $16 for 4 books. I grabbed an OG copy of Annihilation with one of the original covers. I'm not sure what print this is. I just know this is one of the older covers because the sequel I checked out from the library and it was the similar themed cover, but it was hardcover. Giving this to a friend, it's $3. So I'm going to give this to a friend because I need him to read it. I heard that this was a fantastic book and saw it there. It's called A Little Life. Seen lots of YouTube and book talk and such reviews on it. I was like, okay, cool. How much was this one? $2.99. Grabbed it. The aforementioned Green Brothers Anthropocene Reviewed, and this is the large print edition, so I can put on my reading glasses and check this bad boy out. And then when I'm done with it, who knows what'll happen. Oh man, also, wait, oh no, I checked that out from the library, okay. And then last but not least, a school textbook on Spanish. So I've done Duolingo. I've been passionate about learning Spanish for years, since I was in middle school. And a friend got me back into Duolingo about 3 years ago, and I've been pretty consistent with it, but I just feel like I don't have a knowledge. I really need to start ingratiating myself with the culture in terms of listening to music, watching TV, things like that, with Spanish. But also I thought, man, as much as I do Duolingo every day, it would be great to kind of start teaching myself through this book. So my goal was start going through, do a couple pages a day, just take notes, the way I would do when I was in school as a kid. I think it would help me a lot with kind of keeping up with with learning a lot more about the actual. I learned this way. I'm a big photographic memory person. If I can see something and learn, and then the why behind something, right? Why do we do this? Duolingo just recently made Explain My Answer free, so I haven't been getting why and the texture and context of why you use one word over the other for a long time. And I feel like an actual textbook provides that. So even if anything else, this will sit on the coffee table and be a nice little conversation piece, but I plan to use it. That's my problem. I plan to use it. And last but not least, how do these videos become 8.5 minutes so quickly? I went to Novel, local bookstore last weekend. Today's Monday. So this was just 2 days ago. And I grabbed Authority, which is the sequel, because I checked it back out. Like I renewed my checkout to the library. But I just love it so much. It's so good, and it's written from such a different perspective from Annihilation. So it's the sequel, but it's completely different. And it's just so good. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. And then they had Acceptance, which is the third one. And I thought, well, I'm going to want to read that immediately after I finish Authority, because Authority's so good. And I don't even know if it's connected or not. And then, of course, again, I have Absolution hardcover. So it's just going to I have the whole set now. Like, it's cool. I'm happy with that. Got it out of the way. Grabbed both of those, support a local bookstore. And they had some delicious, I don't remember the name of the thing. I just ate the carrot cake this morning and then threw the box away. I got to get that back out. They had a great pop-up bakery there. So there's no complaining. So anyway, I got lots of great books, more to read. That's never a bad thing. But I've really got to start working through knocking out some of this. These piles are getting bigger and bigger, and I watch more and more videos of other creators showing great things. So anyway, if you read any of these, let me know. If you have any suggestions of other stuff, let me know what your thoughts are. Had a little bit too much caffeine today. Thanks for watching if you watched this far. And shout out to Chill Cat Guy for the cool shirt.